We're getting ready for a major anniversary in American history, 20 years since the attacks on 9/11. Here in Utah, we're remembering with service. Communities all over the country will participate in a national day of service to remember and honor those lives lost that day. This year's theme, Honor, Serve, and Unite. Here with me this morning, Utah's First Lady Abby Cox, to talk about how Utahns can participate this year. Abby, thanks so much for being here.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure. I think it's an important time to remember where we've been and where we are now.
In that spirit of remembrance, can I ask you what you remember from that day? Where were you when those attacks happened?
Yeah, I was actually in our home. I had two very little children, and my husband had just left for work. He was clerking at the federal courthouse in Salt Lake City, and he had just left, and he called me and said, "Hey, turn on the news. There's been some explosions in New York." And so I did. I turned on the news and literally didn't turn it off the rest of the day, watching everything unfold. He ended up coming home because everything got shut down federal level, and so he came home. The courthouse was shut down, and we spent the next several days like everyone else in shock.
Right. I think we all remember the way we felt that morning. Yeah. You know, that feeling is really impossible to describe, but we've all got it. What options are available for Utahns this year to serve? I just love the emphasis that service can be that remembrance.
Yeah, I think it's really powerful to think about taking this day back to make sure that we remember, first of all, and second of all, to use it to serve and make our country a better place. I think we remember, those of us that were, old enough to remember that time, that it was a time where the country really came together. We sort of left our political tribalism at the door. We came together as Americans to really unite, and I think it's a powerful thing that we can do now to remember that feeling that we had of togetherness and service together.
I love that phrase you used, to reclaim the day. It was a day of tragedy, but today's, this year's September 11th can be a day of triumph. Yeah. Walk me through where people can serve, what options are available.
This is really exciting. We want to do 20 million acts of service.
Oh, a big and fun goal.
To remember the 20th anniversary of 9/11. And so, as part of my initiative, Show Up, we incorporate service throughout. And so what we want to do is make sure that there are things available for people. You can go to justserve.org, and there's lots of ideas, but it doesn't matter. You can get in and help physically. You can write letters to service members or first responders. Any way you can serve and bring the country together and bring our state together. That's what Utah does. Utah is known for their volunteerism, and that's a way for us to really create empathy and connection with people that may have a different story than we do.
Absolutely. We just this past week, we've lost U.S. service members in the same war tied to those September 11th attacks. How do you feel like these service opportunities help us kind of heal?
I think anytime we serve, and I think if you've been involved in service in any way, you understand that. I think anytime we serve, we actually come together as a community. And I think that's a really important point, and that we have this opportunity to remember those who have lost their lives. We want to honor them. We want to make sure that they're never forgotten. But this is a way to really remember them in a special way by coming together.
We're speaking with First Lady Abby Cox here this morning. Thank you so much for being here. Wonderful opportunities to serve coming up very soon. We'll make sure to link all of those details that you need on our website, abc4.com. Abby, thank you.
Thank you, Sarah.